My name is Carlton Kilpatrick, and I am a proud tenor two. I'm currently a third-year Ph.D. student, and I am A.B.D, having passed my prelims in the fall. I'm very excited about that. I grew up in Leesburg, Florida, and attended the University of Florida. Forgive me for that. For my bachelor's degree, I thought I was going to be a journalist, and then found my way into music, kind of realizing that was what I loved more than anything else. And then I found my way to FSU. I did my master's of music degree here, graduating in '05. And then I spent 13 years as the choral director at Lake Brantley High School in Altamonte Springs, which is in the Orlando area. And then I decided I wanted to explode my entire adult life and start something new. So here I am, about to wrap it up, hopefully. I have been singing a long time. I started singing in the Episcopal Church when I was about 5 years old. My parents had told me I couldn't be a teacher because they were both teachers and they didn't want that life for me. Oops. So I thought I was going to be a journalist and wanted to incorporate music as maybe a music critic or write for a music magazine. But I just really felt called to be a teacher and a music teacher, and I haven't regretted it, not a single day. I first started singing with the Tallahassee Community Chorus during my master's degree. So that would have been the fall of 2003. We had a guest the other night, Jose Rivera, who mentioned Honegger's King David was that fall semester. And then that spring was the first kind of TCC big trip. Jan mentioned this in her interview about going to Carnegie Hall, and that was just a magical experience. And then I went away for a while, but I was lucky because two of my closest and dearest friends, Tucker and Mary Biddlecombe, stayed here in Tallahassee and taught for a while and were TCC members. And so I felt like I kept up with what was going on with TCC. And one of the things I looked most forward to was coming back to TCC, and it feels very much like it did then, which is family and just, a great community of people that really are invested in what they're doing, and under great leadership, they're able to do it. And I think the biggest change that I have seen is just how much more organized it is. And really, there are such clear goals, and these are things that the organization is doing. And that was a treat for me to sit in on those board meetings when I was assistant conductor, because I just found that so interesting how motivated these volunteer people were just to make the Tallahassee Community Chorus really like a shining beacon in the United States of community choirs. It really is something so, so special. And I just feel fortunate to have gotten to be a member for 5 years. It's been really great. The first time conducting the Tallahassee Community Chorus is a pretty unforgettable moment, I think, for any grad student at Florida State. And it's kind of one of those things that feels like almost a rite of passage, just an honor to get to stand in front of that group. And I just really remember being nervous and wanting to do a good job and not letting anybody down. And the first time I actually conducted was a warm-up. And it was one of those nights where Cody and I were running around like crazy people. And all of a sudden it was like, Carlton, come do the warm-up. And, in that short, like, little walk up to the podium was like, oh no, here it's happening now. But the members of TCC are so gracious and really just send all of the grad students that are participating in the choir so much love. I can't say enough great things about TCC. I really value what TCC does and who the people are. And I think there's really something so special about the combination of students and adults and everybody being there just because they love choral music. They're not getting paid. What is the attraction? The attraction is they get to sing and do it with other people that love to sing. And that's really, really cool. I shared the honor of being Dr. Thomas's last TA with my good friend, Cody Wallace. I have been singing with Dr. Thomas since the 90s as a high school choral camper. So to get to see him have that moment at ACDA with his mass and his choir was just the coolest. When you have a teacher that has meant so much to you, to get to see them have that moment that they so deserve as a professional, as a conductor, it was really living a big dream for him. And his family was there. And it was just so, so special. If I were going to give advice to a prospective member of the Tallahassee Community Chorus, I would encourage them to not be intimidated by the format. It is very much like you come in and you're just going to be thrown into the Bach Magnificat on the soprano two-part, and that's how it is. But that's okay, and we accept you and love you for where you are as a musician, and hopefully we're going to help you grow as a musician and grow as a singer, because it's such a part of the FSU choral experience. When FSU alumni get together at our national and regional conventions, we talk about TCC and the experiences we had with TCC, because it's like this structural part of the FSU graduate choral program. There's a legacy there and an importance in what TCC does that maybe the average TCC member isn't aware of. But I mean, TCC, it's a tent pole, shall we say.